It's me, Jim from Uper Survival, and today I just want to do a quick take on all the stuff I take with me on a kayaking trip. Sometimes we go for 3-4 days, so we bring some pretty good gear with us, and some of it's cheap, some of it's not. I got a really good first aid kit. Keep that in a waterproof bag. I keep a little fire starter kit with me, and it is nothing fancy. Little Vaseline tin, you can pick them up from Walmart for like $1. I got some cotton balls in here and a lighter, and on windy days or a little bit damp days when you can't quite get a fire going, I just take a cotton ball, dip it in here, light it with the lighter, boom. You got a little fire starter to help you. And we have used this almost every time on a camping trip. So that's my first aid kit and my fire starter, all goes in one. Real quick, I don't bring a big towel with me. I go to the dollar store, and for like $4 you can get 6 of these little terry cloth towels. Put them in a dry bag. That way, if I'm fishing or something, want to wipe my hands off, I just got an individual towel, not a bunch of huge ones. And I just throw this behind the seat of my kayak. Life preserver. Don't forget your PFD. Make sure you bring all that stuff. Waterproof shoes. I do bring a little luxury item with me. Little camping forks. Bought these at Menards quite a long time ago, and it's just nice, you know, even on our day trips, if we want to cook some hot dogs over a fire and stuff like that, we don't have to worry about cutting sticks and stuff. I think there's like there's 5 of them altogether, so it doesn't weigh much. So I take that with me. I take 2 stoves. I try to split that up between, you know, if my wife goes with me, she takes some of the load. You know, if I'm going with some friends, you know, we just split them up. I got just a little cheap Amazon $6 burner. That whole burner fits right in here. If you guys can see it. I got a 3-cup coffee pot. I got a stainless cup. My silverware, I do have a bunch of the plastic sporks and all that stuff. But at the dollar store, you can buy 4 butter knives, 4 spoons, 4 forks, $1 each. I just drill a hole in it, put a quick clip in it, because I like good utensils when I'm eating. And we do eat well on our trips. Little Stanley pot. Inside, it's got 2 bowls, 2 lids, some seasonings, a little scrub brush to keep stuff clean with. The stove, this is my main stove. This is the BioLite 2. Okay, there's pluses and minuses with it. Don't expect just to chuck this full of wood, get it going real quick. It takes a little while for it to build up some coals at the bottom and before it really, you know, picks up its pace where it can actually start charging stuff. And if you do want to charge your stuff with it, even after you cook, make sure that you put a pot of water on top of the stove. Don't just sit there and throw sticks in it thinking it's going to charge. It barely keeps up with the fan that really kind of turns it into a rocket stove kind of. So make sure you put a pot of water on it and it will charge your phone and that battery at the same time. But you got to have something on top of it. The downfall to this is my coffee pot goes right inside it, smothers it out. So to fix that, I cut a little piece of screen cloth to set on top of it. Put my coffee pot on it if I want to. But usually we make all our meals, and I'll talk about the meals later, but we got 2 stoves going. Early in the morning everyone wants a cup of coffee, so this is just quicker than the BioLite 2 stove. And it also comes with a nice little light. And another thing you can do is you can take this off of here. You take this off, turn this leg down, pull this out. You can charge, since it's got a battery in it, you can take it inside your tent and you can charge your phone up inside there too. It seems like every time you go, everyone wants to charge all their phones up. So, and it works really good. I mean, it's like $129. I would buy it again in a heartbeat. I mean, because you always have power available. So, let's see, what do I got? I got to keep another little tarp inside here. I got the Kayak Cooler, we'll talk about that in a little bit. Got a waterproof bag. Let me move the camera. I'll show you my tent setup. Oh, wait a second, one other thing right here. I bought 2 of these little sport near chairs, and these things, like I said, they feel rocky. They're indestructible. I mean, I would buy them again in a heartbeat. I mean, they are tough. I didn't think they would be when I first put it together, but even when you sink them in the dirt around the campfire, these things have made it a few trips, and I'm impressed with them. All right, let me move the camera. I'm trying to talk real fast and get everything done real quick, so I apologize. But let me show you my tent, and then we'll show you my rest of the kayak gear and how I load everything up. All right, this is what I got inside my tent. I got a little hiking tour. It's just a little blow-up air mattress, and man, is it nice. It's not a very expensive one, but it is nice. I got a Lafuma sleeping blanket. It's for like 40 degrees. It's extra large. I do not like mummy bags, if I can zoom in here. I do not like mummy bags where you're just all bound up. I'm not a big fan of it. I do keep a little roll of black electrical tape just in case you break one of the rods that hold the tent up. It's just nice to tape it together. So far I haven't broken one, but just in emergency I do. Also, I bring this, if I can get it up here right, SOL Escape Bivy. I want to say these are like 40 bucks. Super light, but on a real cold night when you're freezing inside the tent, because you know you take your trips and all of a sudden a storm brews in and you have no idea what's coming, or you're halfway in your trip and there's no turning back. Put that inside the sleeping blanket, guaranteed you will stay warm. Alright, let me show you my clothing and how I pack up the kayak. Alright, the clothes I bring with me, and I don't, well I do take some. I mean, it's not a lot, but it's not little either. I got a long sleeve shirt, a t-shirt, 2 pairs of underwear. Everyone's got to wear them. Pair of socks. They're not wool. They're just brownings from Dunham's. A pair of pajamas. Cool evening. Sure is nice to have a pair of pajamas to sleep in. Keeps a little warm. Got a hoodie. 2 pair of these, whatever you call them. They zip off, turn into shorts. They're 100% nylon. I think these are Cold Creek from Dunham's. And this is a pair of Columbia ones. Both work. The ones from Dunham's are half the cost. Alright, let me move this stuff. We'll go through this bag up front that I keep with me. I bought 2 of those bags, one from the wife's kayak and one for mine. They are a Chinook Technical Outdoor. These are great. That way, we'll throw in like beef jerky, trail mix in here. So when you're kayaking down the river, you got something to munch on along the way. But everyone carries a Lucy light, and these things are amazing. Solar power, I just leave it hooked up front. Almost everyone I know has got one. Our campsites are pretty much lit up at night. I mean, it's pretty much like daylight out there. A pair of frog togs, rain suits. This pouch, the best ones I found were just a Smart Water from Walmart. It's like, 50.7 fluid ounces. So they just fit in there great. I just reuse them. The grabber, pop-up field hat and head net. When the bugs are really bad this year, the bugs really haven't been that bad, I'll be honest with you. It's been so much heat that we just haven't really bothered us too much. I get a pair of mechanic gloves. You can buy them at Walmart. They're like 20 bucks. But if you get a blister kayak, and it sure is nice to have these gloves. Plus when you're messing with the wood and stuff. So bring a pair with you. Got a dry box in here. Everyone knows what a dry box is. I keep my headlamp in here, my wallet, keys to my truck. Odds and ends, Leatherman, some paracord, some toilet paper, paper towels. Whatever you want to put in there, that's up to you guys. I'm not going to take everything out of here. Bug spray, suntan lotion we keep in here. I do keep a little folding saw with me. This isn't a very expensive one, but you're going to need it for campfires at night. And also, like on the small streams, if we're kayaking and a tree fell over that's not too big, we'll cut it out of the way with this so that the next kayakers don't have to fight with it. Because I did get tipped over one time this year from a tree. And now they nicknamed me Tipper. Well, actually 3 times this year. I guess that's why they call me Tipper. Alright, let me bag everything up and I'll show you how I pack the kayak out. And then we'll talk about that Kayak Cooler real quick too, because that is pluses and minuses to that too. That got me in trouble. We cured it, but it could be worse for you guys if you're by yourself or something. So, all right, let me wrap all this up. Another thing I take with me also, which I forgot, was this Kayaking water purifier. It's the hand pump one. And that's pretty expensive. It's like $100 and some, but well worth it to have on a stream so you got fresh water. So the way I pack this is contractor's bag. You can get everything in here, and it is waterproof. I have flipped a couple times. Only 2 trips did I have all my gear in here. Another thing about this Kayak 2 here is there's like a big piece of 3-inch foam right here going across. The back of this is not waterproof, but it doesn't, if this kayak fills with water, this is only going to have like a quarter of the water in it. So I can get away with this. And I tell you what, it works. It's cheap and it works. If I can find which side to open up, we'll be doing great. I gotta thank Daryl Camper. He's the one that told me about this. So I just put the bag in there. This is my tent. First thing in, because I can shove it all the way up to the back. Try to keep the bag centered as much as you can. Sleeping blanket next. Here's my cook set. Oh, you know what? Before I forget, where's it at? Bring 2. They don't weigh nothing. We'll talk about how much this stuff weighs in the end real quick too. Here's my little chair. Water purifier, my SOL Titty. And if you want to, you can spend all the money and buy individual dry bags. One thing about the dry bags, this is the BioLite 2 stove. I do got that in a waterproof bag because anything electrical, don't chance it. If this does not work, then I'm screwed for the heat. So everything else will dry. And these bags, when they say roll them down 3 times, roll them down 3 times. Don't roll them down twice. I had something in here. Oh, it was my first aid kit. And I never rolled it, I never took the air out of it, never rolled it down 3 times. It went down twice. I flipped the kayak and that thing was full of water. So, but everything dried out, everything's still good. Trust me, it'll fit. One way or the other, it'll fit. Keep my spare tarp in there. And my sleeping bag. Now, the trick to that is, where are they at? Got some of these paper clips. And just roll it down. And roll it down tight as many times as you can possibly get it. Pull the excess up. Keep it tight. I got 5 of these. All right, that is locked and waterproof. Okay, let me real quick. I'll sit in the chair there, talk about the kayak cooler and the food, and then this video will be done. We bring some pretty good food with us. All right, let me move the camera and get the kayak cooler set up. All right, bear with me. Oh, this other bag with my clothes, and I will put, you know, my non-perishable foods. You know, we take peanut butter, the little tuna fish packets and stuff like that. Everything will go in here, and I just shove that up front, push it up as far as I can beyond my foot peg. So, and that goes up front. Well, let's talk weight real quick. The bag up front with everything in it that I weighed, that I brought with me, that's counting the beef jerky, trail mix, all that stuff. I think that was 20 pounds. And that's with the 2 water jugs filled. this with some of the non-perishable food and my clothes. I want to say it was like 8 to 10 pounds, so that's like 30 pounds up front. And this, all this gear weighed in at 28 pounds. So 30, 28, we're pretty close. Kayak's good for 300. I don't weigh quite 200, so I had a few pounds left over to spare. So, alright, let me move the camera real quick and we'll talk about the Kayak Cooler. Alright. Alright, I just watched some of my footage. You guys could have told me that my knees were all black from the garage floor. I'm doing it inside the garage. I wanted to do it outside, but we've had some severe thunderstorms lately, and it's thundering and lightning outside, but it hasn't rained yet, so I don't know if you guys will hear it or not on the video. But the Kayak Cooler, highly recommend it. This one's like 150 bucks. Holds 30 12-ounce beverages plus 20 pounds of ice. So, and it's great. The problem was, and this is where whoever buys one of these could get into trouble. This is an 8-foot leash. It's just an old strap from one of my boat covers. And I sewed the ends of it up, put a couple quick clamps in it. And what happened was, it's really nice to have the length to put the cooler in and then slide the kayak in, you know, it's out of the way and stuff. But we were on the Manistee River with Daryl and Kyle, and I'm going, and the river was pushing us, the current was pushing us, and there was a log jam right there. There was a bunch of logs. And I was going away from it with the kayak, but what happened was the kayak cooler swung over and jammed in the logs. And there I was, fast moving river, stuck, could not get to the kayak cooler. Okay, I was not in a very safe situation where I could turn around and cut it with a knife or anything like that. I was pretty much screwed. My buddy Dan, he come around, he grabbed the kayak cooler, yanked it out of the log jam. I got out. We got to calmer water, shortened the leash up to 4 foot. And even at 4 foot, as you're going through some of the turns, you know, the kayak goes through here, well, the current's taking that kayak cooler off to the side. So I want to make something, I might make like just a 1 foot leash up. I'll keep the extra one to get it in the water and stuff, but then take 2 people and we can shorten this up. Because if you got this and you're by yourself, you could actually be in big trouble. So, our food real quick, let me talk about that. I'm not a big fan of Mountain House food. So everything we made like breakfasts, we made scrambled eggs, peppers, you know, cheese, whatever you want to put in your meal, and we vacuum seal them. Now when you vacuum seal your eggs, make sure if you got on the bottom of the bag is like 3 inches, make sure you got 4 or 5 more inches extra up top, because when you put it in the pot, because that's why I bought the BioLite 2 stove, was to boil it, it expands. And it takes like 12 minutes to cook. So I was thinking, you know, the BioLite wood is going to work instead of the cans of gas, because I think we'd go through it real quick. Because I'm cooking for 2 people. So our main meals, we had like eggs for breakfast. Dinners, we made hobo meals. We took sausage and potatoes. Everything that you want to put in a hobo meal, double wrapped it in tin foil, vacuum sealed that. Everything I had in the freezer, I froze it, so it stayed frozen in the cooler longer. But you guys bring what you want. But I mean, that's the advantage of having this cooler, is you can bring some real nice food. And that's why I bought the cooler, was because if you went to buy Mountain House, I mean, you're looking at $6 a package to $8 a package. Well, if you have 3 meals a day for 2 people, you know, that's 48, 96 bucks real quick added up. So in the long run, this will save me money instead of buying the Mountain House meals. So alright, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to click subscribe, because outside that garage door is a brand new Ascend 10, and that is a hybrid. It's a kayak canoe. I took it out the other day, and I'm not ready to take it to a river yet. It's kind of tipsy, but it's a 10 foot and it holds 400 pounds. So that opens up a lot more camping gear and what you can carry. So I'm going to do a video on that. Might not be for a while yet, but I'm going to do one. So click subscribe. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it, guys.